Hello everyone, my name is Antazil. Today we'll be playing as Portugal. Now I've done a Portugal video already. I've shown you how to form the Iberian Union, arguably the strongest Portugal out there. I'll also make another video on the Empire of Portugal in Brazil, which is also very good. But what have I told you? There is another path, a weak path, a challenging path. Let's have a look. There's the popular front side here, which will take you into communism and the Iberian Union. And then there is Estado Novo, which will lead to the royal wedding, etc. But you can also go here with the brown ideology and join Germany. But there's one over here. Let's have a look. The Fifth Empire. Look at those bonuses. They're all pretty useless. Weekly war support is nice. Supply grace might be nice. Justify war goal. But there are no cores or war goals or factories or whatnot below here. There are some disadvantages here. You cannot join factions, so you have to take pretty much everyone out by yourself, unless you can get someone into your faction. I call the Fifth Empire Portugal on hard mode. So that's what we'll do today. We'll form the Fifth Empire and take on the world. Now we should start with Estado Novo, but I'm going to make a detour of two focuses first, and that's colonial assimilation policy and Luso-tropicalism. We cannot do these focuses once we're fascist, so we're doing them now first. Those are the only cores we are going to add to our nation in the entire game. Research-wise, we'll start with electronical engineering and basic machine tools. We'll start with building 2 military factories and 1 civilian factory. We'll set our dockyards to building the 1936 subs. We'll get some steel from France. France will be conquered at some point, but then at least they'll be a bit stronger and more worthwhile. And we'll set the entire army up to exercise here on Lisbon. I'll also switch the templates around a bit. This template is now called Elite, but it's 2 battalions. I'll set it to Reserves and give it a different icon. And this template, I want these guys to be Elite. So we'll switch that around. And we can switch one of our main infantry templates. We'll take this 4th division here and also set it to the Reserve template, so the others will get more stuff. We're going to send volunteers to Spain, and we can only send 4. Speed up and let's go. Luso-tropicalism is done. We'll go for Estado Novo. Keep in mind that we're saving our political power until I say so. Hoard it. It's not gaining that much. Also, these decisions pop up here. We can leave these around for now. Once we click these decisions, we'll gain less political power, and we're already not getting much. We need to spend quite a bit in the future. I'll tell you when to take these. As for research, I've switched to mechanical computing and dispersed industry 1. There's a big wish list. Radio will need to be researched. Industry needs to be kept up to date. Artillery needs to be expanded. And support equipments, of course. And we'll need trucks ASAP. First military factory is done. Portugal does not start with an artillery production. So I'll just set it up like this. This factory here can go into the guns, but it's actually reserved for when we finally research trucks. Estado Novo is done, and we'll go for support the Spanish nationalists. There's more political power here. Don't spend it. Support the Spanish nationalists is done, and we'll go for the Portuguese Legion. We can now send volunteers to Spain. Send those 4 divisions and air volunteers. We can send 4 planes officially. Our volunteers have arrived. Assign them to the field marshal, and the better general here is Raul. We can get some traits for our general, our field marshal here. Now, as usual in the Spanish Civil War, just have a look for where the debuff is gone and attack there. That doesn't seem to be that lucky. And I don't want to waste my equipment in the mountains here, so I'll just temporarily set up shop here and start grinding some experience. We do need to win the Civil War eventually, but we'll get to a decision where we can intervene with our regular army. Except, of course, our regular army is trash. And we have made one encirclement. It's small potatoes, but we gotta start somewhere. Portuguese Legion is done, and we'll go for National Syndicalism. Minus 20% stability. I told you this was Portugal in hard mode. National Syndicalism is done. I wanted to go for Dittura Militar eventually, but I'll need 40% support for our fascist party. Also have a look at the red line here. If stability is below 60% at the time this focus is completed, a civil war will start. We'll try to prevent that, but that will be difficult. We're already at 64% and we're going to eat into the ruling party popularity. So, we've been hoarding political power. Where are these guys? There's a national integralist, 15% political power gain and weekly stability. Get him. Then there is the, where is he? Fascist demagogue. Get him. We need those both, and we're almost out of political power again already. Now we need to go for improved worker conditions, most definitely, and maybe even democratic raids to keep our stability up. In the meantime, we could do another focus, and we'll go all in for this Spanish Civil War scenario and go for an observation mission with some very nice bonuses, and we can only get it now. An observation mission is done, and we'll send assistance. We also have 100 political power, and we'll go for improved working conditions to get some much needed stability. Well, here's the standard Portuguese event where you can assign collaboration governments. I do advise you to get the Raj and China. You can say the other guys are not quite ready yet. Now, because we have improved working conditions, we can now go for integrate Angola and integrate Mozambique. That'll eat into our political power, but then eventually we'll have some cores. It will also eat our stability, but well, that's gone down the window anyway, and we'll get it back eventually. I gotta admit, this is one of my faster Spanish civil wars ever, but I'm not complaining. Send assistance is done. All the way over here to continue the public works and get towards our next research slot. Fight alongside the nationalists is up, and we'll join them. Assign the other general to your trashy army and assign him wherever. We'll need to wait for our volunteers to come back. These guys are not going to break anything, but I'll put them on the front line, see what happens. Volunteer forces have returned, just keep them in this separate army. Have another check for debuffs. Well, they're all still here. Oh wait, we are debuffless in Murcia. This eats my stability, bitches. Our truck production has rolled in. And reassign one factory to trucks. Well, the research slot is done. And I have the fascist support, but the Spanish Civil War is still going on, and I need to be at peace. I don't think I can make this in 10 days, so I'll just go for industrial modernization. Alright, I'm going to skip on a focus for now, and hopefully this will push me into the victory. And that's it. That's the end of the Spanish Civil War. We are now at peace. And we can go for the Dittura Militar. And here's the Dittura Militar, and we can see 61% stability, so no civil war. We'll immediately go for Camisas Azuis, so we can go for Fifth Empire. This will remove our unstable republic, which is really hurting us. We'll also go for Justify War Goal on the Dutch East Indies. That will take us 215 days. That's a while. Merge these armies, give them all to Raul. and start exercising a few more guys into the elite templates. We have the manpower, we almost have the artillery. This will be fine. Set them on Porto. This should do as a naval invasion. 2 divisions on each tile. One of these ports should be available. Camisas Azuis is done and will immediately go for the 5th Empire. Well, this is weird. Supposed to get this one as well, but nationalist Spain turned fascist. Usually they flip to non-aligned. And here is the Portuguese 5th Empire. Both these focuses are not available, so we'll just go to our other branch, the Army Reorganization. Get rid of one of our debuffs. Division Organization 10%. We'll also get an infantry expert. Army Reorganization is done, and we'll continue for our next research slot. So we'll get Ogame, Portuguese artillery, and military research facilities. Justification of conquering Sumatra is done. Activate the order. Set your navy up to strike. Alright, set your navy up. The order is given. Declare on the Dutch East Indies. There are no guarantees yet. And I would have used the focus to get a war goal on nationalist Spain. But since they're fascist, they can't get guaranteed anyway. I'll just use a manual justification. It's 105 days, but it'll have to do. Now let's see if we can take on the Dutch. Groningen, another victory point. Closing in on Rotterdam. And here we are. Satellite the Dutch East Indies. And we'll take all states. Alright, we're on a timetable. We need to work quickly. Spain is relatively weak, so we'll just rush them. We can now finally use this template here to our own advantage. We'll use those to deploy our Indonesian friends. Go to the Dutch East Indies, Portuguese East Indies now. Copy the infantry template. See what the Dutch made of it. This will do for now. I'll give them another icon. Double click the reserve templates here and switch them to Indonesian. And do the same with the secondary army. Once this civilian factory is done, we'll go deep into dockyards. Justification of Extremadura is done. We'll declare war immediately. They're quite weak, so we can pretty much press go and they'll go. Alright, this is a critical moment. I was going to do this while at war with the Dutch, but it's fine now. We cannot join a faction, and that's a problem for our future, but we can create a faction. So let's do that right now. I'm not very original with faction names. I'll just call it 5th Empire. The Italians will be glad to join us, and they will accept. And I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use Italy, but at least Germany won't have them. Do notice that the Germans have sent volunteers. And those are medium tank divisions, so be extra careful. That's one Italian gone. And we're at 150 political power, and I'll go for war economy. Italians are using steroids here, I'm sure. Angolan territory is integrated and Mozambican integrated, and that gives me 100% manpower. A few more factories, not too many. I'd say I'm winning this, but the bubble says otherwise. Oh well, screw the bubbles. And there's another research slot. I'm going to get more dockyards. One of our next goals will be the United Kingdom, and we're seriously lacking a fleet to do that. And that's nationalist Spain. Oof, that was harder than I thought. This won't surprise anyone, I'll puppet them. I need their manpower and factories, and I can't afford to occupy them. So here we go. Probably served with the lowest amount of world tension, so I'll just go for Belgium. They'll be guaranteed, that's perfectly fine. We'll attack France from two sides. We'll cover Gibraltar, or probably not even that. And grind some war score here. Well, we're still about 80 days out. I'm trading quite a few troops, Spanish and some motorized. Can barely keep up with equipment, but that's alright, I think. Is there any chance I can get Canada? Well, there is if I can naval invade from Curaçao. I'm setting up a reserve army here on the Spanish-French border in North Africa. I'm sending a few guys over to Goa, just to see if I can get the collaboration government to work here. It's an added bonus. I'll need quite a bit of war participation later on. Poland refuses to ultimatum. There goes World War II. I still have 30 days. The plan is to declare on Belgium. They're guaranteed by now, so I will also be at war with the Allies. I will then sign a non-aggression treaty with the Germans. Crush France between my two armies. Hopefully that'll be enough. I'm gonna ship these guys over to Curaçao. I have a faint glimmer of hope I'll be able to invade Canada. Let's go. Call in my puppet Spain. And set these forces to go. Get these guys in order. Hadn't done that yet, but there's no one here. We'll go there. Gibraltar is resisting. I'll also call in Goa before I forget. Grab some territory. Belgium joined the Allies. And there's the German non-aggression pact. Italy wants to send us loads of stuff. And they want to join a war. I just want to keep Italy as a threat. I'll set these guys to aggressive and hope for the best. But Antizil, you haven't deployed your air force. Yeah, good point. I'm really tearing through the French forces on the north side here. Please take Paris. Here goes Paris. Is that enough? It is. France has fallen. And it has fallen largely to me and the Spanish, and a bit to Germany. Set the main army up for a naval invasion of the United Kingdom from La Coruña. Meanwhile, we still haven't taken Gibraltar. It seems like a very long way for my fleet. Does this work? Yeah, they're launching. I seem to do this in almost every other video, the invasion of the UK. I'll try to find some other way to do this at some point, but, well, it is a very successful way. So don't count on it. Having said that, this of course follows on my French video, where I pretty much lost my entire fleet doing this. How's my war participation? I'm not unhappy. Well, we have 20% naval supremacy. Let's see what happens when we call in the Italians. some point we'll just have to get lucky and get these guys through. And the Canada plan has worked. However, I'm very skeptical on my Western approaches. I'm on 46% naval supremacy for the Western approaches. Oh, this is a very good one. Can't say I can take the credit because I wasn't paying attention, and well, the encirclement pretty much happened by itself. But this is a lot of French troops. And, in other news, my naval invasion has launched. Oh, cool. That's Cardiff. Send in the troops. I mean, the other troops. Good timing, boys. The naval infiltration has been completed. Let's get you guys to work here. Yeah, with the Canada trick, you knew what was coming. Encirclement of London is complete. And here we are. And we have taken the lead. We've got more war participation than the Germans. Now this trick of encircling London and then grinding war score doesn't always work. In some games the UK just won't spawn any new troops. This appears to be one of those. I already have enough war score. I'll just get what I can here in the UK, but then it's probably a better idea to just call my wins. And now for the peace deal. Germany can have France. It'll be expensive for them because we are not in the same faction and I'm occupying most of it. I want some of the UK at least to get me a new fleet. I want Canada to, well, get an epic conquest of the United States, of course. And I want the Raj to be integrated by my Goa puppeteer. Epic, peace deal is epic. I did forget, but I'm not actually going for the achievement to get those Chinese territories here. If you're doing this for the Macau My Day achievement, good luck, and don't forget those Chinese territories here. I do have them, but they're in the hands of my puppets, I think. Oh no, wait, the Germans took Hong Kong. Oh well. I do have Portuguese India, and, well, manpower will never be an issue, but I already had the Dutch East Indies. Here we go, justifying on the Philippines. Justification is finished. Alright, feeling confident. Let's go. Declare war. Just set some orders to go. Except these guys. Multiple encirclements from the get-go. This is a massacre from the start. Let's have a look. 70,000. United States joined allies. Who are in the allies, by the way? Australia and New Zealand. Ugh, well, we were gonna go there anyway. What's your manpower? More than enough. Let's train some more units. Put these guys on priority. And just deploy on Batavia. Yeah, can you really say that you're doing a world conquest if you're not using tanks? So let's catch up on that. German Reich declares in Yugoslavia. Please don't join the Allies. That's the United States. Australia is a major, so I'll have to invade them. They have their victory points pretty much spread out all over. An invasion here on the east coast is what you need. However, I'm going to start with an invasion on the west coast, hopefully drawing some troops in there. Then I'll take in the north, more victory points. My other army will take New Zealand. That should be easy enough. And from there I'll hop onto the last victory points. Germany declares on the Soviet Union. And Yugoslavia joins them. Naval invasion is launching. Whoops. He's guarding his port. Well, the port has been grabbed. And I'm invading New Zealand. What are these guys doing? Auckland unguarded. It's probably the first time that's happened to me. New Zealand has capitulated, and I'll set up this army to naval invade Australia from the correct side. Namely the one with all their victory points. And that's Mexico. Japan declared on the Philippines. And that's it. Japan got 30 points. Don't think I have to worry. Japan took 2 states. Well, we can survive that. And we're getting a quite chunky 5th Empire. We're all around the world, literally. Germany is at war with the Soviets. Germany is not as strong as they're supposed to be because I took all of France from them and the Benelux. I think it is time to move my forces back to Europe. Keep one army on the lookout for a chance to invade Japan. And that's what we'll do. Alright, decided to go after the Axis. So I've set up armies on Western Europe. I'll call in Nation Française, but I'll leave out Occitania. That'll make it controllable on what I do. I've left a small army here in Middle America, and I'll use that army to mop up over here. These guys here joined Japan. They'll be next. I'm justifying on Hungary myself. That will bypass the Tripartite Pact, but Japan is already justifying on me. I've expanded the Indonesian templates. Made them a bit bigger. Artillery deficit's already gone, and we have the war goal. Let's see if everyone's in position. Alright, enough waiting around, let's go. Declare on Hungary. We can call in the Italians, but I'll hold off on that. And the Germans have joined. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Feeling confident, everyone can join in the fight. And we got our first encirclement already. But the German army has returned from wherever they were. So now it's time to be careful. Oh, this is beautiful. And they're all on one tile now. And Berlin has fallen. We'll have to start producing tanks Sunday, so I'll do it now. They might be useful against the Soviet Union. I have plenty of experience here. I'll make a medium armament, medium cannon, 2-man turret, radio, special modules, additional machine guns, Christie suspension, welded armor, diesel engine, and usually I round out about 8-4. Versus the AI, this is fine. Speed, this is okay. Need to cut off some troops here down south. That would be ideal. Let's just follow this railroad road to Stuttgart then. Ah, no, they reinforced. We'll trap these guys on the Maginot Line, then they'll be allowed to die in peace. Gorgeous pockets. Italy has sent volunteers to Germany, but Italy's still in my faction. Bastards. I make a dash for Vienna, that would be nice. But it's unlikely I'll ever make it. Wait, Vienna's not even giving me... Alright. And here we are. We got enough Germany to last us a lifetime. Unfortunately, the Soviets also got war score and they got more than me. They also already satellited Transylvania. They puppeted legionary Romania. This will probably also mean the Soviets will spawn a gazillion puppets in Africa, but that's unfortunate, that cannot be helped. That's the peace deal. The Soviets only got a few puppets out of this. Maldives, French Guinea, it doesn't matter, we'll get them eventually. Japan is next on the chopping block, but let's have a look at our puppets first. I can almost annex the British Empire, that's good because I almost have 300 political power. That will solve my navy problem here. Alright, let's see just how good our subfleet is. Advanced artillery, 1942. I also need a computer machine. Such a big wish list again. We're sinking stuff and we're losing stuff. Well, that's to be expected. Let's have a look at the casualty tab. Ooh, yeah. Losing more than they have, but hey, I can build faster. I don't have the naval supremacy by a long shot, but I'll have a brand new fleet in just a few moments. Here's the British Empire. Right, let's merge up all the navies. British fleet has arrived. I'll put them on strike force. Feeling lucky. And here we go. This is also a good time to decrypt the Japanese cipher. Let's go. And here we go. We got the airports and I put some guys over here in Manila. Free fighter wings and free tactical bomber wings should do. In terms of war participation, it's always good an idea to farm a little against Japan. If you're scoring too low, China will just take everything and you get nothing in the peace deal. I don't know what I did, but these templates are really good. I've struggled against Japan in the past, but this is far too easy. Italy declared war on Yugoslavia. That puts my faction at war with the Comintern. And that's Japan. And the Fifth Empire grows. Next up, the chopping block is of course China. Now for this occasion I've been training 120 divisions of Indian infantry. Did you hear me correctly? Yes, I did say 120. Well, let's be a loyal ally and fight alongside the Italians. Call in the Germans. Let's grab my motorized and finish off this pocket. And we're declaring war on China. I haven't done that yet. Medium tank design is upgraded. I have done absolutely nothing with my tanks yet. Suspecting this is a bug. I can't call in Korea. I mean, I can call them in, but it does nothing. They say they are at war, but I can't move my troops from this side to that side. They just have to walk around this border. At some point Korea here will pop up and they'll try to help out, and then things will work out. Annoying but not unplayable. Communist China declares. We need to fight you now. Now we're at war. Wait, what? Surprising. Meanwhile, I have 4 tank divisions, and let's see what they can do. Send them here. Slovakia. Let's help the Italians cut apart Yugoslavia, then Greece, then Romania, then Carpathia, and then the Soviet Union. This is looking alright. China at 91%. China has capitulated. Great. Well, we have a Portuguese China. I will just give them all the score. And here we are, Portuguese China. There's a Shang-Chi here. We'll get you, don't worry, don't worry. Meanwhile, there's a Portuguese China and a Portuguese India. 17 million manpower. Oh, yes. Portuguese China is complete. I'm also going on an attacking spree here in the far, far south. Russia is almost empty. And that's Leningrad. I got Stalingrad. Moscow has fallen. Gorky is now the capital. It's a matter of mopping up until the collaboration government hits. Now, of course, the Soviet Union had a lot of allies because I chose to conquer most of the world by now. Gotta watch out for those allies. Well, here we are. The Russian Empire is now mine, and that means when I click the faction button, pretty much the entire world is the Fifth Empire. There's some mopping up to do of random states here and there,